Hey Gemini, this is Dana with Taurus Star Tarot, and we are about to do a reading for the sign of Gemini today. If you have Gemini anywhere in your chart, this reading may or may not resonate with you. Whether it resonates with you or not, I highly recommend that you cross-watch the other signs in your astrological chart. There's a link in the box below, take you to a free website. You can generate your natal chart and it will blow your mind. When the chart generates for you though, keep scrolling because there's a lot of information on there that's just like, what the hell is this? The first chart that comes up is your natal chart. That's what you want to look at. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, and then there is a definition of personality traits for every aspect of every planet that's in your natal chart. But you have to scroll down a good bit to start to get to that. So look at the first chart, and then scroll down and then read, if you want, about how it affects your personality, right? There's also a compatibility link off to the side, to the right-hand side, I believe it is, where you can add another person and it will generate a compatibility chart. It's super cool. It's free, unaffiliated. It's just an awesome website. It's astrologycafe.com. Anyway, what else? This is not a personal reading for you. This is a general reading for the sign of Gemini. If you want a personal reading from me, you can reach me at taurusstartarot.com. That is the new place to get a hold of me. You can schedule and pay, choose your day, your time, pay any way that you want to, and I will show up and show out. And for $40, we will hook you up for your own personal reading. What else? I think that's all that needs to... Oh, I've made a New Year's resolution. I'm not going to point out all of the signs all the time in my readings. It confuses a lot of people. Those of you that understand how the zodiac is intertwined in the tarot, I don't need to point those signs out for you. Those of you who don't understand how the zodiac is intertwined in the tarot, it's really not that big of a deal. When I do a personal reading for somebody, I don't point out every single sign of the zodiac like they do on YouTube. I just don't do that. It's irrelevant, okay? So I'm going to go through this reading as if it were a personal reading. But it's not, okay? It's not a personal reading. I'm going to go through it as if it were a personal reading, and I will point out the signs as I deem appropriate. We're going to do an initial meet and greet of these cards, and then we're going to go back a second time and talk about them a little bit more in depth. First card out on the board is the... Oh, and this is amazing because it's like a continuation of your last reading, right? I think your last reading was about how information that you're going to receive. What was your last reading, Gemini? It was, I forget what the title was. I know what the reading was about, but I forget what the title was. But anyway, your last reading where somebody comes back and some damage is reconciled with a previous partner. And this is interesting because it's just interesting. You'll see. Okay, so the first card out is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands talks specifically about speed, action, movement, and swift change. Can also talk about travel, air travel specifically. So swift change in regards to love. You've had some very passionate messages come into you in the recent past. There is an offer, a small offer, but an offer on the table of manifesting a new beginning with one another. Go away. Let me move that out of the way. Okay. The Magician shows up and says that you've been working on this for a minute, right? You have been working on this for a minute. You have drawn this to yourself. And now you are in control. The situation has been stabilized. And you most definitely believe that this relationship could fulfill your wishes of comfort, happiness, satisfaction, right? And a solid relationship. The Fool card says that you are about to embark on a new beginning and a new journey with this person. A pretty serious new beginning and new journey with this person, because the Death card says that there's going to be an ending, a change, and a transformation in your life. In regards to love, the King of Cups also talks about emotional balance and control, right? Just like this card up here said, you feel like the situation has been stabilized and you are in control. This King of Cups talks about love, the King of Love, right? The King of feels and emotions, but it also talks about having emotional balance and control. In regards, what is that? In regards to engaging and working on something. The Eight of Pentacles talks about engagement, working on something, trying to master something, right? But lo and behold, we have the Five of Pentacles next to it. And this is interesting because we're going to go back and get some more clarifying cards and talk about this. But the Five of Pentacles is somebody being left out in the cold. Not only is it somebody being left out in the cold, but it talks about insecurity and worry. Okay? So even though you're in emotional control of yourself, you have some worry because this new beginning and this new journey that you're going to take, you very well recognize that it is going to change your life, right? And this is happening swiftly, okay? It's happening quickly, which has you a little bit freaked out, and you're really kind of worried because it's going to take a certain amount of commitment from you that maybe you're not prepared for. Yes, you've been manifesting this for a minute, but it's happening, I think, quicker than you anticipated, right? So even though you have feelings of excitement and enthusiasm, right? Discovery, getting together, discovering each other again, a free spirit, exploring the relationship, you're worried because it's moving a little quickly for you. This causes a tower moment for you, right? The tower is all about sudden change, sudden change. Sometimes it's upheaval and chaos, which I really believe that this new journey and this death card reiterates that this is happening really quickly. And the sudden change and the chaos that it's creating in your life has you really worried, right? Feeling insecure about things. This tower moment is directly related to messages of passion. You need to put the brakes on for just a second. You need to apply some temperance to the situation, right? Put the brakes on for just a second and get some balance, right? Get some balance in your mental and in the entire situation. You're just like, whoa, hold up. Let me catch my breath real quick. Moon card comes in and says that you are worried that things are not as they appear. You're worried that some things are not being revealed. You just have an innate sense that something is not as good as it looks. Contemplation and reevaluation based on these feelings right here, right? Contemplation and reevaluation has you in the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is all about intense anxiety and despair, but it's also about painful lessons, right? So I'm picking up from this and what I can see at face value of the rest of the cards, that this person, because we know this person is from your past, from the previous reading, right? And if you haven't watched the reading for Gemini before this, I highly recommend that you go watch it, because this reading is directly related to that reading. So to get a comprehensive grip on what's going on right here, you absolutely must watch the reading previous to this one, okay? So nevertheless, contemplating and reevaluating the entire situation. Because there was a painful lesson that you learned, and painful lessons aren't always bad lessons, right? A lot of lessons that we learn are painful. I've been to school 3 different times for 3 different degrees, and the lessons were painful. Believe me, it was painful. So that's just a very superficial example of a painful lesson. Even though it's painful at the time, the lesson being learned is a necessary lesson, right? That's why this didn't work out with you guys in the past, is because you had to learn something. I can't speak for them because I'm talking about you right now, but you learned a painful lesson from the last go round with this person. And it was a burden. It really was. It was a burden. But again, to speak to painful lessons not always being bad, this guy, he has burden and responsibility. He's carrying this heavy load right here. But at the end of what he's doing is accomplishment, because nobody wanders around carrying this super heavy load with burden and responsibility just for fun, right? Unless you're kind of twisted a little bit. But nobody does this just for fun. There is a purpose for what he's doing and an accomplishment at the end. Okay? Goes right back to the painful lesson. It was a burden, a heavy burden, stress, but there was an accomplishment at the end. What was the accomplishment? The lesson that you hopefully learned about this situation, about yourself. But the Death card comes in again twice and says that there is an ending, a transformation, and a transition in your life. And that is burdensome for you. It's burdensome for you because you're freaked out. You're just freaked out, right? And we have the Nine of Swords again, twice, filled with anxiety. And this Nine of Swords versus this Nine of Swords, same card, same meaning. The Nine of Swords is depression, nightmares, intense anxiety, despair, and painful lessons. This Nine of Swords is you reflecting on the painful lesson that you've learned through this relationship. Hopefully you've learned it. This is a heavy burden because the transition and the change in your life is overwhelming. This is you being overwhelmed, okay? Overwhelmed with all of this. It's just like, wow, wow. Two of Pentacles says that there is stability on the horizon. Balance and priorities. But this card also stands for juggling. And the Five of Pentacles on top of it being left out in the cold. I'm guessing that this person that you're dealing with, and in the previous reading, the message was communication from a person in your past that changed the way that you looked at the situation, right? I believe that past situation was that person juggling two different people and left you out in the cold. That's why you're having such a hard time moving forward through this. That's why you're suspicious, right? That's why you're suspicious. That was your painful lesson that you are reevaluating right now. That was the burden. In addition to the weight of all of this going on right now, that's the burden, is trying to reconcile all of that inside yourself. Death comes in and says, it's going to be a change and a transition. You're going to get a hold of those emotions. You are. But right now you're sitting in it, right? You're sitting in it and you're thinking about the past when there was juggling and when you were left out in the cold. Our final card is the Two of Wands. At a crossroads, deciding what path you're going to go down to plan your future. And the Fool comes in again and says you are about to start a new beginning and a new journey in your life. Interesting. So let's do some clarifying right here, okay? So we know that this Eight of Swords right here, we're going to start here. The Eight of Swords right here, the Eight of Wands right there. This is fire energy. Fire energy is Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. This Eight of Wands is going to cause, there is going to be a swift change in your life, right? If we could tack this on to the bottom of the previous reading, this is where it would start. Swift changes coming in regards to love, because there's been some passionate messages that have come in for you. And there is an offer on the table with the Page of Pentacles right there of manifesting a new beginning with somebody. The Magician card says that you have been manifesting. Speaking of manifesting, you have been manifesting this for a minute. You've been manifesting this, Major Arcana, and you feel like the situation is stabilized and under control right now, and you see wishes being fulfilled on the horizon. The Fool card says you're going to take a new journey and have a new beginning. Death comes in and says that there is a change and a transformation. This is the card of Scorpio in regards to love. And you have emotional balance, and you're looking forward to engaging and working on it. But you're filled with a lot of worry about the intent and the seriousness of the commitment, card of Taurus, by the way, the commitment that is being required of you. You're excited about it, and it's something that you've wanted for a long time, but you're beginning to worry. You're beginning to worry because so you're worried about the commitment that it's going to take from you, even though you're super excited about what has transpired. The Tower moment comes in and says sudden change, upheaval, chaos, a revelation or an awakening. In regards to this Knight of Wands that is bringing you messages of passion. You're going to put the brakes on the situation, at least in your own mental. You're going to put the brakes on the situation for a second and reevaluate everything, because you're feeling insecure about the situation. You're not real sure. You're not sure that you trust it. You're not sure that you trust this new beginning. You're contemplating and reevaluating all up in your head about the painful lesson that you've learned from this entire situation in the past. Because your intuition is just not satisfied. It was a burden. It is a burden. But there is accomplishment at the end. There is an ending to these feelings that you have. Up in your head again. Because in the past there was juggling and you were left out in the cold. But you're at a crossroads, trying to decide how you're going to plan your future. And you are going to take a new journey and a new beginning. Card of Scorpio again, by the way. What is this new beginning in this new journey? Can we get some clarifying cards on that, please? Three of Wands. Ships coming in, planning for your future, waiting. What else? Queen of Cups. The Queen of Love. Emotional security. Calm. Intuitive. Look, with someone from your past. Huh. Just ties in that other reading, right? What else? What else? Anything else? Thinking, surrendering, coming out on the other side with new perspectives. What else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Guess not. Let's try this one. Oh. Temperance on top of the Death. Again, applying patience and balance to this situation. Temperance also means seeing a purpose. Seeing a purpose in what's going on. Let's just see what these are. And there's a lot of them. Let's see. Ending a change, a transformation. Applying temperance to the situation. In regards to this, the beginning stages of this love relationship that has escalated from the beginning stages of a love relationship to a stable, steady, secure offer to plan your future. Ooh, justice. Nice. Now we're getting somewhere. Justice comes in. You know, justice can only be applied when there's been an injustice, right? Justice is about fairness, truth, cause and effect, and law. And ending, backstabbed, defeated, crisis, betrayal. That Queen of Cups, boy, she just keeps on coming out, right? Queen of Cups, King of Cups. Hermit mode. Okay. Hermit mode. There you are in hermit mode, right? About the juggling that's happened in the past, being left out in the cold. What's the conclusion to this hermit mode? What happens in the hermit mode? You come out of that hermit mode. This is still about juggling, okay? Juggling. What else? What else? Whoa, Nelly. Mental clarity. Decisions and choices. Communication. Let's resolve this whole little situation we got going on right here. What's this communication about? I don't know. Should I take that or should I not? No. It was the Three of Wands. I mean, I could have took it, but I just don't feel right about it. Okay. Oh. Huh. Someone from your past. Six of Cups. Reconciliation and reunion. What's the resolve here, Tarot? What's the resolve? Because we know they go on to take a new journey. But what's the resolve of this communication that came in about someone from your past, reuniting, reconciling? I thought I saw a card flip. I guess I didn't. What is this? What is this? Conclusion here. Devil. King of Wands. And dun, 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 the Page of Wands. Anything else? And the broken heart. Right on. Okay. Makes sense now. All right, let's talk about these. From the top. From the top. Contemplating and reevaluating because there was a painful lesson in the past. It was extremely burdensome. Death. Endings, change, transformation, and transition. Okay. So endings, change, and transformation. There's going to be an ending, a change, and a transformation in regards to this right here. Okay? You're going to pause for a minute, put some temperance on the situation in regards to this love offer that is now escalated into a stable, steady offer. Justice is applied to the situation. Fairness, truth, cause and effect in law. Somebody is speaking their truth about this situation. This situation that caused a lot of pain, right? This Ten of Swords situation. Backstabbed, betrayal, endings and loss. Which makes you have emotional security. Calm, cool, collected. Feeling better, right? The Hermit card comes in and says, card of Virgo, says that you are going to do some soul searching, seek some introspection, and some inner guidance. In regards to these distressed feelings that you're having about this whole situation right here. Stressed feelings about being juggled in the past, about being left out in the cold, about a third-party situation. But now you have mental clarity. You have a breakthrough in the situation and a mental clarity about choices and decisions that were made, because some very straightforward communication has come into you from the other person about this situation, from the other person about this situation. This toxic bullshit that happened is all being cleared up and clarified. This is a reiteration of the other reading, remember? So this toxic bullshit is being all cleared up, right? The King of Wands is what I do believe is representing this other person. This King of Wands, he's a badass, right? He's fire energy. Doesn't mean that your other person is fire energy, okay? I take on the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands often in my life. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businesswoman. I am a badass, right? I am a badass. And when in my readings for myself, I often come through as the King of Wands or the Queen of Wands. So this could be male or female, but this is a badass, right? This is the person that you're talking about. They're confident, they're secure, and they come in and they fix this whole mental thing that you have going on here. Probably a second, maybe third, fourth, fifth, but definitely this is another conversation after the previous reading, right? I mean, this is happening like now. Page of Wands, the conversation that you have rejuvenates your enthusiasm for this situation, because now you understand what the broken heart and the painful lesson is all about. Now you can plan for your future with this person and have a new beginning and a new journey. Plan for your future. You've been waiting for this for a minute, right? You've been waiting for this with emotional security, calm, cool, collected. The Queen of Cups, water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This Queen of Cups is you now, right? Feeling like the Queen of Love after this conversation right here, in regards to reuniting and reconciling with somebody in your past. Has you pausing, surrendering, coming out on the other side with new perspectives. Can we get a conclusion, please? Can we get a final card for this storyline right here? Can we get a conclusion, please? Teamwork and collaboration. coming together with another person to live life. Victory, progress, self-confidence, public recognition sometimes. Is that it? Investing. One more to top it off, tarot. One more to top it off. One more. One more. One more. That one wanted to come. Oh, look. The Four of Wands. Celebration, harmony, marriage, home, community, and building a foundation. Very nice. Very nice reading, Gemini. I love it. I love it. That was a good reading. There you go, my friends. That is the continuation of the reading before it. And I look forward to the mid-month reading where we can see how things are progressing. Yeah, if you want to see any of this again, just rewind the video a little bit and watch it through again, particularly this section right here. There was a lot going on right there. But congratulations, my friend. It looks like you are moving forward into a healthy, beautiful relationship that has a lot of good communication. You're going on a new journey. The Fool card twice. You are going to go forward with this, and you're going to explore it. And it looks like it's, for now, it is happy home, happy life. Congratulations, gems. Namaste.